To all of you, our troops, men and women who are serving our country both near and afar, we here at Ocean Lakes Family Campground in Myrtle Beach join with thousands of others on this Independence Day 2010 to say thank you for your service to our country. Those who have come here to Ocean Lakes Campground in these past 39 years will well remember the smiling face and the booming voice of our founder, Nelson Jackson, shouting, "Happy 4th of July!" and "God bless America." His spirit of patriotism continues to fill our hearts with gratitude to God and pride in being able to live in this great nation. If America could speak to us today and tell us who she is, what would she say? Perhaps she would say something like this: I am the nation. I was born July the 4th, 1776, and the Declaration of Independence is my birth certificate. The bloodlines of the world run in my veins because I offer freedom for the oppressed. I am the nation. I am almost 310 million living souls and the spirit of millions who have lived and fought and died for me. I am Nathan Hale and Paul Revere. I stood at Lexington. I fired that shot heard round the world. I am Washington, Jefferson, and Patrick Henry. I am John Paul Jones, the Green Mountain Boys, and Davy Crockett. I am Lee, Grant, and Abe Lincoln. I remember the Alamo, the Maine, Pearl Harbor, and the Twin Towers. When freedom called, I answered, and I stayed until it was over there. I mourned my heroic dead in Flanders Field, the Rock of Corregidor, on the bleak slopes of Korea, and the steaming jungles of Vietnam, on the desert sands of Kuwait, and Iraq, and Afghanistan. I am the Brooklyn Bridge, the wheat fields of Kansas, the granite hills of Vermont. I am the cornfields of the Virginias and the coal fields of Kentucky and Pennsylvania, the fertile lands of the West, the Golden Gate, the Grand Canyon. I am Independence Hall, the Monitor, the Merrimack. I am big. I sprawl from the Atlantic to the Pacific, 3 million square miles of land throbbing with industry. I am farm, field, forest, mountain, seashore, and desert. I am quiet villages and cities that never sleep. You can look at me and see Ben Franklin walking down the streets of Philadelphia. You can see Betsy Ross with her needle. You can see the lights of Christmas and hear the strains of Auld Lang Syne as the calendar turns. I am the nation. I am Babe Ruth and the World Series. I am the Super Bowl. I am thousands of schools and colleges and places of worship where my people worship God as they choose. I am a ballot dropped into a box, the roar of a crowd at a stadium, the voice of a choir in a cathedral. I am an editorial in the newspaper and a letter to the person who represents me in Washington. I am John Glenn, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and their fellow astronauts who whirl through the spaces above my head. I am Eli Whitney and Stephen Foster, Tom Edison, Albert Einstein, and Billy Graham. I am Horace Greeley, Will Rogers, and the Wright brothers. I am George Washington Carver, Jonas Salk, Martin Luther King Jr. I am Longfellow, Harriet Beecher Stowe, Walt Whitman, and Thomas Paine. Yes, I am the nation, and these are the things that I am. I was conceived in freedom, and God willing, in freedom I shall spend the rest of my days. May I always possess the integrity, the courage, and the strength to keep myself unshackled, to remain a citadel of freedom and a beacon of hope to the world. May I continue to be one nation under God.